One of the biggest obstacles to developers and advocates of affordable housing is the number of concerns that neighbors have when they hear that a development is going to be going into their neighborhood. Today, my statement is going to deal with some of those concerns that neighbors have. The first concern is that affordable housing will lower their property values. The response to that is that no study in California or anywhere else has ever shown that affordable housing reduces surrounding property values. One problem is that people still think that affordable housing means the tenements that used to be built in the last century. Those kinds of developments are not being built anymore at all. Today's examples of affordable housing consists of 2- and 3-story wood-framed landscape apartments, frequently similar to the kinds of apartments that market-rate people live in. Numerous studies over the last 20 years, including some in Mill Valley and Tiburon, show not only that affordable housing doesn't reduce surrounding property values, but in fact that it can actually increase those values. Today's affordable properties, designed and built to be sensitive to architectural, environmental, and aesthetic standards, and properly maintained, generate such positive community impacts as neighborhood stability and better upkeep. In many instances, affordable housing has actually revitalized neighborhoods. Studies have shown the most significant factor affecting property values is the pre-existing value of the land in a given area. That's based on supply and demand, proximity to major urban centers, nearby attractions, negative factors such as contaminants, and availability of adequate infrastructure and services. By the way, the types of affordable housing now being built in Marin are often next to million-dollar homes, and those include Edgewater Place in Larkspur, Farley Place in Belvedere, and Mackey Terrace in Novato. The second concern neighbors have is that affordable housing will cause too much traffic. The fact is that people who live in affordable housing own fewer cars and drive less. Studies on vehicle ownership show a significant predictor of auto use was found to be income. According to all survey data, including Marin's, multifamily affordable development have lower car ownership rates than single-family home tracts. In Marin, 42% of affordable housing residents don't own a car, and over 1/2 own just one vehicle. In the county as a whole, only 5% of all households don't own a car, 35% own one car, and over 60% own 2 cars. Regarding trip generation, households with incomes below 50% of the median income made 40% fewer trips than market-rate households. What does create traffic growth is existing development and the lack of public transportation. Encouraging homeowners to drive to retail, schools, shopping, and recreation. You might notice how much smoother traffic flows when school is out. The fact is, affordable housing tenants will create less, not more traffic than any market-rate housing, commercial, or retail use that would otherwise be on that site. The true cause of traffic is those of us now living in Marin. The third concern people have is that people who live in affordable housing will move in from outside the county, or they simply won't fit into the neighborhood. The response to that is that people who live in affordable housing already live and work in your community. A recent survey of previous residents of affordable housing tenants in Marin showed that over 91% had been living and working in Marin County prior to moving in. Just one example is the new San Clemente Place in Corte Madera, where over 90% of the tenants have lived or worked in the town prior to moving in. Specifically, very low income earners in Marin, that's people earning below $53,000 a year, include paralegals, social workers, family therapists, paramedics, and preschool teachers. Low-income earners, and that's those below $73,000 a year, include physical therapists, librarians, emergency dispatchers, correctional officers, and high school teachers. No one could argue that librarians and other public employees, nurses and other healthcare workers, teachers and child care workers won't make very good neighbors. The final concern I can discuss is that affordable housing undermines the community character of single-family homes. Well, the response to that is that such housing can be designed to fit into existing communities. Marin residents want new developments to maintain the, quote, small-town character of their towns. Yet what often gets built is market-rate mega mansions that have nothing to do with small-town character at all. The real face of today's affordable housing in Marin includes Cecilia Place in Tiburon, Centertown in downtown San Rafael, and Hamilton Meadows in Novato. San Clemente Place in Corte Madera has an on-site computer center, and Mackey Terrace has on-site senior services. These opportunities, by the way, reduce the need for auto trips. Every development shown on today's program, except newly opened San Clemente Place, has won at least one award for planning or design. We expect San Clemente will win one of those awards in the near future. Good design, good maintenance, and good neighbors should hold no concerns for neighbors of planned affordable housing.